One of my favorite breads of the fall season are these Swedish Cardamom Buns, layered with butter, cinnamon, and cardamom filling, and topped off with a delicious brown sugar syrup. These buns are gooey, sticky, soft, fragrant, and full of delicious flavors. Start by preparing a stiff sourdough starter, or Levain. Combine 25 grams or 1 3/4 tablespoons of water in a jar. Add 25 grams or 1 tablespoon of sourdough starter and 50 grams or 1/3 cup of flour. Mix the ingredients with a silicone spatula. Then use your hand to knead the dough until you get a stiff ball of dough. Cover with a lid and let it ferment for about 8 hours. When your sourdough starter is ready, pour 225 grams or 1 cup of milk into the bowl of a stand mixer. Add 50 grams or 1 large egg, 75 grams or 1/3 cup of sugar, and all of the stiff sourdough starter that you previously prepared. Use the hook attachment to start kneading the ingredients until the sourdough starter starts to dissolve in a mix. Add 4 grams or half a teaspoon of ground cardamom. Add 150 grams or 1 1/3 cups of spelt flour. You can omit adding spelt flour if you don't have it at hand. Adjust the recipe by adding the same amount of regular flour. Add 350 grams or 2 3/4 cups of bread flour. Add 8 grams or 1 1/2 teaspoons of sea salt. As you keep kneading the dough in the stand mixer, add 70 grams of butter at room temperature cut in pieces. Knead the dough for about 20 minutes. Take the dough out of the bowl. Stretch and fold it on your working table. Make a bowl with the dough. And check if your dough is elastic as this one. Then place it in a grease bowl and place it in the fridge to proof for at least 8 hours. After the proofing time, prepare the filling for your cardamom buns. Mix in a bowl 80 grams or 1/3 cup of butter at room temperature with 80 grams or 1 cup of brown sugar, 15 grams or 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, 4 grams or half a teaspoon of ground cardamom, and 6 grams or 2 teaspoons of all-purpose flour. Mix the ingredients with a silicone spatula until they are well combined. Now, take the dough out of the container and place it on a pastry mat or your working table. Use a rolling pin to make a rectangle of about 18 by 12 inches or 45 by 30 centimeters. Place all the filling on the dough. Use a spatula to distribute the filling on all the surface of the dough. Now, take one of the sides of the dough and fold it into the center of the dough. Take the other side and fold it to cover the dough. Use a rolling pin to extend the dough one more time so the layers of dough stick together. Use a ruler to measure 1.5 inches or about 4 centimeters pieces of dough. Use a pizza cutter or a knife to cut the dough in 12 equal pieces. To shape the buns, first stretch the dough with your hands. Cut 2 straight lines in your dough, leaving one side of the dough joined, to make a total of 3 pieces of dough. And braid them together to create a 3-stranded plate. Make sure to expose the layers of dough and filling. Roll the end of the plate under the rest of the dough to create a ball and place it in a non-stick muffin tin or a greased muffin pan. This shaping method is by far the easiest way to ensure having beautiful shaped buns in the end. If you want to try a different method, you can create a similar effect by stretching the dough and twisting one of the sides with your hand. Then, fold the dough around your fingers to create a bun shape and place it on a prepared baking sheet. When you are done shaping your buns, cover them with a plastic lid or a plastic wrap and let them proof at room temperature overnight to have the buns ready to bake them in the morning. The next morning, brush the buns with egg wash. Place the buns in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for about 25 minutes or until they are golden brown. In the meantime, prepare a brown sugar syrup for the buns. Place in a hot pan 50 grams or 3 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of water and 50 grams or 3 3/4 tablespoons of brown sugar. Mix with a silicone spatula until the syrup is boiling and set it aside. When your buns are ready, take them out of the oven and place them right away on a cooling rack. Brush them with the brown sugar syrup until they are completely covered. Let them cool off for about 5 minutes before enjoying them. These sourdough Swedish cardamom buns are very soft, delicious, and fragrant. I know you will love them. Hey, I hope this is a recipe that you can add to your baking list. It is very easy to make and very delicious. If you like this video, please click in the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I have a new video every week. Thank you for watching.